Hey, how's it going, guys? DVG 124 back with another album review, and this is the last Aquabats album review. We've been doing these for a full month of just album reviews, and we have finally reached the very end with the Aquabats' latest studio album, finally. This record came out June 28th, 2024, brand new, and I'm really excited to get into this one because there's quite a few songs I think are really amazing, and I'm really excited to break down this album for you guys. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. And actually, before that, let's just break down the records that we've already gone over, because we've been through a lot of records with the Aquabats so far. So starting off with the Aquabats, their first record I reviewed over a month ago, which was The Return of the Aquabats, and released in 1995. I gave that maybe a 6 or 7, maybe a 6. And then next up was The Fury of the Aquabats, released in 97, and I gave that a 10 out of 10. Next up was The Floating Eye of Death and Other Amazing Adventures, which I gave I think I gave that a 9 or 10 out of 10 as well. Myths, Legends, and Other Amazing Adventures, Volume 2, I gave, I think I gave that like a 5 or 6 or 4, something bad. So I knew that album was mid. It was not a great album. Charge, I gave like maybe a 9. For their 2005 record, I actually quite enjoyed that one because of the rock style they kept on going for, kept doing over and over and over again in that record. I loved that record. Next up was High Five Soup, released in 2010 and 2011, because that one was also released on the new year. They kind of do that sometimes, where they just release records on the new year, and it's kind of, alright, well, it was released December 31st here, it was released midnight here, so yeah, 2011 record, High Five Soup, loved it. Might have given it, I think I gave that maybe like an 8 or 9. Not sure if I gave it a 10, even though like I just filmed it. Next up was the Aquabat Super Show television soundtrack Volume 1, released in 2019. Keep in mind the music was from like 2012, but it was officially released in 2019 on streaming services and vinyl and CD. And I gave that a 10 out of 10, a strong 10 out of 10, because that's how I got into the Aquabats, from the show. So all the music was super nostalgic, and I gave that the strongest 10 out of 10. I think I had 6 10 out of 10 songs on there, which is more than any other album. Then following that one was Kooky, Spooky, and Stereo, their 2020 record, and it was actually consistently pretty fucking good. Consistently really good, with one mid track, that's it. And so yeah, I think I gave that 9 out of 10. A 9 or 10, something like that. And now we are here at Finally. This album is celebrating 30 years as a band, and this album was, I'm very excited to start breaking down this album, starting with the first track is Whatever Forever. This is going over, 30 years as a band, celebrating all the highs and lows, things like that. They've been through a lot. They've had TV shows, they've had these amazing records, these tours, everything. And Whatever Forever, the song that stands, there's a specific part, Eagle Bones' guitar solo, which always gets to me. I love it. Getting the Legend is True vibes off of this one, and then just simply celebrating the 30 years as a band. That's an incredible milestone, and I'm giving this a strong 10 out of 10. This is hands down one of the best songs they've ever made, and one of the best songs on this album. And there's going to be more to come, because I like this record. Next up, this is the worst Aquabats song to ever exist. I don't know why this song was on the album in the first place, but it is. It's called Unicorn Babies. I'm not going to talk any more about it. I'm giving this the strongest 0 out of 10 I've ever given any song. This song's a 0 out of 10. Moving on to Dr. Space Mummy. This was a single, the second single and final single in preparation for this album. This is, it's not that deep. It's a song talking about a mummy who's from space, who's a doctor, and he wants to poison the water supply to make all the citizens space mummies. And you'll become a mummy if you drink the poisoned water. It's a cool concept, a cool song, sounds great. Feeling a 9 out of 10 for Dr. Space Mummy. But then following that we have Bunny Teeth. This is more of like a happier vibe. The MC Bat Commander's voice is quite good on this one. It's catchy, The chorus is catchy. Feeling a 7 out of 10 on this one. I actually listen to this one frequently. Following Bunny Teeth, we have After School Job Infomercial. Not a fan of this one. I haven't really listened to it that much since it came out. When I was listening to the full album, I was like, it was just MC Backpainer saying like, after school I'm gonna get a job. I'm not a fan of it. It's not bad. Feeling like a 4 to a 5 out of 10 on this one. Not crazy about this one. And then next up we have Let's Go Live in a Cave. This wasn't a single, but this one did get a music video. And for an Aquabats song to get a music video, you know it's a good song, right? And Let's Go Live in a Cave, it's not a deep song by any means. It's just like the MC Backman like telling the girl like, hey, just want to like save our relationship, like ditch the phones, ditch the internet, and just go live in a cave. It's a really good song. Let's Go Live in a Cave is a 10 out of 10. Following that one, we have Where's Walter Fang? And this is more of a punk heavy, more of a punk rock, metal type of song that was like completely made by Eagle Bones. So there's some guitar in there. It's yeah, I'm feeling a 7 out of 10 for Where's Walter Fang. And then following that one, you have Rufus the Doofus. I'm not super crazy about this one either. This one's one of the lesser ones in my opinion. I'm feeling a 4 out of 10 for this one. Not crazy about that one. Next up we have Spider Love. On my original ranking, because I rank these track at a time as I'm listening to it, and I gave it a 4 out of 10, but I think I'm going to do a 5 out of 10 on this one. This one's just talking about how spiders have all these legs, and how if you have like 100 spiders, how much legs it is. And it's kind of dumb, and it's not. I don't really see the point in it, and it just doesn't. And I understand Aquabat songs don't really have to often don't have a point in some songs. They just don't have a point, and often those are fine if they're executed fine. But this one, I just don't prefer it. So yeah, and then next up we have Sunblocker. Listening to this originally, I wasn't like super crazy about it, but like it kind of grew on me. Sunblocker. I'm feeling like a 7 out of 10 for Sunblocker. Next up we have Little Lady Amazing, and this one surprised me. This one wasn't a single or anything, but came out when the album came out. And Little Lady Amazing is such a powerful track from everyone. Everything just comes together so nicely for this incredible just collaboration of all the instruments and the voices and everything coming together nicely. This is a very strong 10 out of 10. Honestly, this might be like the second best song on this album. Of course, that's debatable but still, this Little Lady Amazing is a great song. Following that, we have Go Humans Go. Again, this one grew on me quite a bit over the few months, and feeling an 8 out of 10 for Go Humans Go. Following that one, we have the first single on this album, and this song is incredible. I love this song. This isn't like a rock style that I always go for. This is the horns and the trumpets, the saxophones. That's the song that we're getting on here for No Rewind. No Rewind is the first single on this album. It has an incredible music video celebrating the 30 years, saying like, okay, let's celebrate those 30 years, but we're not gonna like look back and like we don't need no rewind. It's just beginning. Like we've been a band for 30 years. Shit, we got 30 more ahead of us, you know? Like that's the kind of mindset they're going for, and it's such a great song. A beautiful song too for an Aquabats fan. No Rewind is a strong 10 out of 10 for me. And then next up we have Don't Make Me Run. This one surprised me. This one's incredible. This one, Don't Make Me Run, is just, it's just an emotional one. Bat Commander's really given it everything he has. He really gave his all for the most part of this record, because there's some misses on here. There's some misses, but there's like 17 tracks, so you can afford misses. When you have like a 10-track album, you can't afford much misses, maybe 1 or 2 at the most, right? But with a 17-track album, you can afford misses. On here, we're getting some fucking hits. Some hits with some misses. Don't Make Me Run is an incredible chorus. I don't know, I feel like a 9 out of 10 for that one. And then after that, we have the second to last track on the album is The Ballad of Shape-Shifting Pilgrim Boy. the second Pilgrim Boy song ever released. The first one was Bye Bye the World Passes By, the one sang by the Pilgrim Boy in the Aquabats Super Show television soundtrack Volume 1. I like that one, and then this one's more of like a tribute, because, I mean, the story is, in the episode, they used the Pilgrim Boy to shapeshift and just for their own amusement and entertainment, while every time he shapeshifts, it's extremely painful to do so, and they were just taking advantage of him. And then this is essentially the Ballad of Shapeshifting Pilgrim Boys, basically telling his story and also apologizing, and it's an amazing track, and I mean, I couldn't say enough nice things about this. I mean, it really is a ballad. The vocals are amazing. Everything, the way the band's vocals come in to sing the chorus together is nothing short of amazing. And it's a great track. And then following that, we have the final track called Finally. And this one's more of like a mellow type of like beat that the back is doing some light vocals on. It's I'm not super crazy about it, but like it's okay. Feeling a 7 out of 10 for Finally. So yeah, that's all 17 tracks. I believe it's 17 tracks at least. Yep, 17 songs, 48 minutes in length. And yeah, least favorite tracks, Unicorn Babies, which I gave a 0 out of 10. And Rufus the Doofus, I gave a 4 out of 10. And Spider Rope, I gave a 4 or 5 out of 10. And then favorite tracks, that's also tough. I gotta go Whatever Forever, Little Lady Amazing, and that's tough. I'm feeling like No Rewind, which I gave all 10 out of 10s, with maybe the Ballad of Shapeshifting Pilgrim Boy as an honorable mention, also being a 10 out of 10. I like to go do this sometimes. How much 10 out of 10s did this album have? Whatever Forever was a 10 out of 10. That's 1. Let's Go Live in the Cave, 2. And Little Lady Amazing, 3. No Rewind, 4. So there's 5. There's 5. I counted 5. A couple 9 out of 10s. That could be 10 out of 10s. But yeah. Overall with this album, I mean, there's 6 10 out of 10, so I mean, it's kind of tough to rank this album, because there's like 6 10 out of 10s almost, right? And then there's like several 9 out of 10s, and quite a few 7 out of 10s, and then an 8 out of 10 in there. But then there's also, there's 1 4 out of 10, 2 4 out of 10s, and then 1 0 out of 10. Feeling a strong 8 to a light 9 on the Aquabats Finally.